Hello everyone there. So welcome back to Jyotsna's Colorful Chemistry. So in today's class we are going to discuss about the Clemmensen's reduction. So here these are the carbonyl compounds are going to reduce to hydrocarbon. So in that the Clemmensen's reduction is the first reaction. During the Clemmensen's reduction, when the aldehyde and ketones, that is the carbonyl compounds, are reduced by zinc amalgam and concentrated hydrochloric acid to form hydrocarbons. So here if we take the general reaction, in the general reaction we have C double bond O, that is the carbonyl compound, which is common to aldehyde as well as ketone. This is undergoing reduction, that is with hydrogen, in presence of zinc amalgam, that is ZnHg, and concentrated hydrochloric acid. Here what happens, whatever this oxygen is there, it combines with two of the hydrogen, forms H2O, and the two of the other valency is being satisfied by hydrogen. So you should always remember the valency of the carbon should be satisfied. So the valency of the carbon is 4. So all of those valency of the carbon has to be satisfied by either the groups like the alkyl groups, or at least by the hydrogen and the double or the triple bond wherever required. So always remember the valency of carbon has to be satisfied. So in this way it leads to the formation of the hydrocarbon. So let us take the first example regarding the aldehyde. So in this one we have taken the example of acetaldehyde, that is CH3, CHO is acetaldehyde. So acetaldehyde reacts with the hydrogen in presence of zinc amalgam and concentrated hydrochloric acid. So here what happens, hydrogen combines with this oxygen, so H2O is formed. In that place 2 of the H is introduced. So this is CH3 and this will also form CH3. So our product what we are going to get is CH3-CH3, that is nothing but it is the ethane. So in this way, as you know, ethane is what? It is an hydrocarbon. So in the reactant there are 2 carbon atoms, in the product also there are 2 carbon atom itself. So in this way we have the reaction of the aldehyde, that is the acetaldehyde. Now let us take a look of the ketone, for example acetone. So acetone is what? CH3CO CH3. So this acetone is undergoing reduction. The same reaction conditions are continued. So this reaction is going to take place in presence of what? In presence of zinc amalgam, that is ZnHg, in what? In concentrated HCl. So here reduction is going to take place and leads to the formation of what? So this O combines with 2H forms H2O. In that place these 2H is going to introduce. So CH3, CH2, CH3. So it is what? It is going to form the propane, which is nothing but it is an hydrocarbon. So therefore from aldehyde or ketone we are going to get the product, that is nothing but it is the hydrocarbon. So this was about the Clemmensen's reduction. As you know, the named reactions are important reaction, hence Clemmensen's reduction is one such example. Next to that one we have one more reduction. We call it as Wolff-Kishner reduction. Because this is also a named reaction, it is an important reaction. So in Wolff-Kishner reaction what we are going to do is, in this also the product obtained is an hydrocarbon. So here aldehydes and ketones are reduced to hydrocarbon by treating with hydrazine, followed by heating with potassium hydroxide in ethylene glycol. So in the previous case we have used hydrogen, that is the zinc amalgam in concentrated HCl. Now we are going to make use of hydrazine followed by potassium hydroxide in ethylene glycol, and we need to heat it. So now during the Wolff-Kishner reaction, let us take the first one, that is the general reaction. Now in the general reaction, C double bond O, that is carbonyl compound, either aldehyde or ketone, we are going to treat it with hydrazine. Hydrazine formula is what? NH2NH2. So when we are going to treat it with hydrazine, here a molecule of water is eliminated. So what happens? This oxygen combines with this hydrogen. So water molecule gets eliminated. This nitrogen gets connected to this double bond. So therefore you are going to get this hydrazone, which we have already studied. So this converts, hydrazine converts to hydrazone. So the double bonded N will be here and NH2. Further, this hydrazone is reacting with the potassium hydroxide in ethylene glycol. So once we are going to heat it, what is going to happen is this nitrogen N2 is getting liberated and this H2 is going to combine over here. Therefore, it leads to the formation of what? This is again another hydrocarbon. HC is the hydrocarbon. So in this way, the hydrocarbon is formed. So this is about what? This is about the general reaction. Now, in the same way, let us take one particular example. So let me take an example of formaldehyde, that is HCHO. So coming to the formaldehyde, this is another aldehyde. Formaldehyde reacts with the hydrazine, that is NH2NH2. Again, elimination of water is going to take place. So in that place, what happens? This nitrogen gets connected over here and NH2, which is the formaldehyde hydrazone. Once this formaldehyde hydrazone is obtained, further when it is treated with potassium hydroxide in ethylene glycol, you should heat it. So in this case, nitrogen gets eliminated and H2 gets connected. So C is having already 2 H. It will take 2 more H. So it is going to form methane, which is an hydrocarbon. So in this way, we have the formation of the alkane, that is the methane. This is with respect to the formaldehyde. In the same way, let us take the next one, that is the acetone. Acetone is a ketone. So acetone, when treated with hydrazone, again a molecule of water is eliminated and intermediate compound formed is what? Acetone hydrazone. So CH3, CH3 as it is. Double bond is connected to what? Nitrogen and NH2. So this is acetone hydrazone, which further undergoes reaction with potassium hydroxide in ethylene glycol. So here what is going to happen? The nitrogen part is going to get eliminated and therefore you are going to get it as what? Propane. So this H2 is going to come here. So 3 carbon atoms. So it is what? Propane. So in this way, the reaction, that is the reduction reactions of aldehydes and ketones we have seen. So this is the reduction reaction. So in the same way, we also have the oxidation reaction. So in the next class, let us look for the oxidation of the aldehyde and ketone.